you so much for staying with us here on Afternoon Express, only on S3. Now listen, ladies and gentlemen, things are certainly heating up in the kitchen. And no, it's not just because we're focusing on all things Valentine's Day. We're also making a delicious tomato and chili mussels that will hit all the right spots on your Valentine's Day menu. And Chef Jay, you're about to show us how, because you've got my favorite seafood, chili, delicious.
Tick, tick, tick. But I have one question for you, Pali.
Sure.
Are you a fan of mussels?
I'm a fan of those mussels and those mussels.
Love it. I mean, love is in the air, so why not cook up a delicious weekday meal that, you know, will just make your loved one's heart smile. Now, in the pot here, I've got some onions, garlic, chili, and we all know that these ingredients are in a long-term relationship, Pali. So they're always in the kitchen, always together.
Almost as long as Jade and Hashim.
Almost, but not quite yet. So we're going to simmer these on sort of a medium to high heat, Pali. Now, I love cooking seafood in a cast iron pan just because of the heat retention.
Okay.
With seafood, you want really hot, really quick cooking. So that's why this pan just makes it incredibly quick and easy. So into this, we're going to go with a little bit of tomato paste, right? A little bit of cayenne pepper. Now, child, you and chili.
Me and chili.
Are in a, you know, like this.
We are really together. And for me, what is so incredible about cayenne pepper, it is versatility.
Yeah.
I mean, I know yourself and Tabsy are huge fans of Beyonce. And Beyonce actually has like this detox drink that also adds cayenne pepper, lemon, water.
Oh, wow.
It's something so sensational. So the properties that cayenne pepper also holds for gut health and just making sure that you're completely detoxed is beautiful.
I love that. And also that warming nature that chili has, Pali, and that's why we're using a combination of fresh and dried, because those layers build up different flavors and different notes on the chili in a different way, and it really gives you a warming, comforting feeling. And I think that goes hand in hand with something like Valentine's Day.
Absolutely.
You want something that's going to really make you feel like you're getting a hug, you know?
And for someone like me, who I'm such a huge fan of cooking, and sometimes you just want to stay indoors, this is something that is easy to like whip up as a starter.
For sure. I love mussels as a starter, Pali. And in fact, on that note, can I ask you to just chop up some parsley? That's also going to go into the dish as a garnish. I've just put in a bottle of tinned tomatoes. Also, it's such a great ingredient to put into a dish like this, Pali, because it's really quick, really easy, no fuss. You could go out and grate fresh tomatoes for this, but there's no use, and we're getting a really good heat up here.
Chef Jay, something about tomatoes though, whether it's in a bolognese, whether it's in a dish like this with the mussels, they are just so acidic and very pungent, and the flavor, I mean, can easily take over any dish. How long would you advise someone to kind of cook down your tomatoes? Does it vary when it comes to the dish that you're preparing, or is there kind of like just a general rule on how long you can cook down your tomatoes?
So I'm going to go back to what my mom taught me, Pali, and when we make curries at home, the way you know your dish is almost ready, especially a tomato-based, is when the oil starts lifting to the top.
Okay.
So once that starts happening, you know the spices are cooked down enough, the tomatoes cooked down, all that moisture's out. But also a good tip, Pali, when handling tinned tomatoes, always taste it beforehand. Give it a little bit of a taste. You'll find that sometimes it's a bit tart. So
sometimes it's sweeter.
Sometimes it's a bit sweeter. So remember to season well with some salt and a little bit of sugar if that's, you know, what you require. And then we're going to go in with our lovely mussels. Remember to always clean, give your mussels a good clean. And you can see ours are starting to pop open a little bit.
Yeah.
What you would want to do, Pali, is just close this off with some foil or a lid. The minute those mussels start opening up,
that's when
the dinner belly is ready.
So a lot of people might wonder, you know, for something just like mussels, how do we know how fresh they are?
Well,
especially when you're buying them straight from the supermarket.
Well, firstly, the smell. Pali. So any seafood shouldn't smell too fishy. So the smell is important. And while you're cooking them, the ones that don't open up completely, you've got to discard.
Okay.
Right, so make sure you give a look at your mussels in the pan. Steam really helps with opening them up, but anything that's not opened up, chuck away, set it aside. It won't contaminate the dish because they're closed. So discard that and enjoy the ones that are beautifully open and ready to receive you.
This is quick, it's easy, and let's make sure it's delicious.
What do you think?
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
And I love with mussels, Pali, you don't need cutlery because the shell can actually...
It's a spoon.
It's a spoon.
And listen, I'm about to go in on these.